Hey y'all, Crafty Coder here. Quick Motobrain update. All the parts are at the factory in Florida. We're going to be building 100 units. Looks like we'll be on the schedule the first week of September. And it'll take about 10 days from when they start to when we have 100 finished Motobrains ready to ship. We're going to be looking for early adopters willing to buy the product, test it, tell us everything that they like and don't like about it, and help us define sort of a manual and things that are confusing and things that are easy to understand, and help us work through any of the bugs that might be in there. So that's the story on that. I wanted to show off a interesting way to set up Motobrain that people might not have thought about. In this case, we're going to talk about setting up Motobrain with an air horn. So we have an air horn here. It's about a 22 amp air horn, and what's interesting about that is that Motobrain's outputs are only set up for 15 amps each. So in order to make it work, we need to attach it to two outputs. So we have these two outputs in parallel, and then we join them with that alligator clip, that yellow one. We follow the wire to the input of the air horn there. And what you'll see is the air horn powered with the yellow wire. The ground wire is the green one. Then there is a diode between the positive and negative. That's because inductive loads, when they shut off, create large transients, and we need to bring those back to the supply rail so that we don't create any giant voltage spikes that could arc over and break anything. You can break relays without a relay or without a diode, so certainly semiconductors are going to need a diode if we want to keep them in good shape, and I encourage all of you to include those in your installation for inductive loads like motors and other devices like that. So without further ado, I'll explain to you how I got it set up. We have this black wire here on input 3. It's connected to this switch here, and so I get this to focus. There we go. I'm going to flick the switch, and we'll see the horn turn on, and it's going to get loud, so my apologies. There you go. We had that connected, that probe you saw in this frame was connected to the oscilloscope, and there's the signal. And it takes a little while to warm up. Not that you could really tell. It took all of 50, 60, 70 milliseconds before it was on steady. That's at this point here in the frame. So I flicked the switch there, and in 70 milliseconds it was on. So that's fast. And yeah, so there it is. And we pulled, I don't know how many amps. Let's look at it again. Looks like 20 amps. Yeah, so that's cool. And that's how you would set up a system that needs more current than one output can handle. Alright, y'all. Bye.